Hello, good evening, and welcome. Today we're going to talk about Philip Jose Farmer and his World of Tears series. Great series, highly recommend it. World of Tears is set. It's set in a universe where these beings, which who look human, and called lords, very old. Some of them 10,000, 25,000 years old. They somehow discovered a process to, well, in the story they haven't discovered it. They basically stole it, or they have it, but have lost the ability to, remake this technology. But they just know how to use it. They have the ability to make what they call pocket universes. So each of these universes are built. You can set up doorways between them, but they exist all separately. And these lords have are decadent in some point in the far past. They just basically each made their own universe, and then went to live in it. So you've got a number of universes that are quite bizarre and only limited by the imagination of the Lord who made them. The Earth is a pocket universe. It's one of the biggest pocket universes, which basically encompasses our whole solar system. But it is a universe that's been created by some lord and then left on its own. Most lords rule their universes with an iron fist. They keep their subjects, those people inhabiting their universe, on a tight leash, and usually keep their technology down to a low level. So it's kind of interesting. So the novels themselves are there's 5, well, 7 really. So the first one is The Maker of Universes, The Gates of Creation, A Private Cosmos, Behind the Walls of Terra, The Lavalite World. And those were all written in between 65 and 77. And then Farmer wrote a follow-up, More Than Fire, in 93, which sort of finishes it off, but doesn't really. In addition, there's a novel called Red Orc's Rage, which it's kind of a companion novel. It provides a little bit of background as to what's going on, and follows the life, parts of the life of Red Orc, which is the antagonist in the stories. He's the enemy of the main characters in the series. So the Maker of Universes starts off with a man called Robert Wolfe, and he is old, and he finds a doorway into this universe, into a universe, which is called the World of Tears. So the World of Tears is a world set up by Lord Jedwin, and it's got various different levels. Each like a layered cake built on top of each other, with each layer progressively a little bit smaller. So the lowest layer is like a Garden of Eden type area with people live forever. They just frolic and play. All their needs are taken care of. The second level, one up from that, is like a prehistoric North America. It's Indians and buffalo and that kind of stuff. The third level is called Drakland, which is basically a medieval Germany. The fourth level is an Atlantis, which was like a major, more advanced civilization, but it's been destroyed. And then the last level is the palace of Lord Jedwin. So the main character in this, Robert Wolfe, goes into this and discovers this whole setting. Gets into a number of adventures. I never want to give too much about it. But he, let's just say, he rediscovers who he is. So the majority of the remaining novels don't focus on. I'm gonna switch them up here. Some great art. I love these old '70s covers on the novels. I got a lot of them from buying them from secondhand stores. Great art. So the majority of the series, though, focuses on Paul Janus Finnegan, which is again PJF, similar to Peter Jarius Frigate. This is we think is the author. So it mainly falls around this character, who's a human, born in Indiana in 1918, same as the author. He served in the war. He is similar to the similar to the character of Doc Savage or Tarzan in some of Farmer's other novels. He is the adventurer. He's very good at many things. He's an adventurer. He's a free spirit. He goes around through all these adventures. So one of the key things about these decadent lords is that at some point, they lose the ability to, build the engines that make these worlds and to make more worlds. So you basically have to go about and you have to take over another lord's world in order to, to get more power. And of course they're bored too at some point after living thousands of years. So what they have to do, you can only torture and rule over your slaves for so long. So they end up basically attacking each other. So it's like an intricate game they play against each other, and they usually someone tries to invade their world, they have to stop them, and they usually do it by intricate traps. They there's a sort of a cultural thing where anytime you get and a lot of times they get the other lords in a trap, they'll keep them there maybe for years, torturing them or just letting them starve or however. Part of what they do is every trap has to have some way of escape. I mean, it doesn't have to, but that's kind of what they do. And the thing is, can you figure out how to get out of it or not? And you therefore show your superior by you give the guy an out, but he's not able to figure it out. So you're better than him. So and Jadewind and Red Orc are two of the best. So this is the kind of world that these people live in, running from going from various pocket universe to pocket universe, trying to escape, running from their their enemies, trying to get back to where they're supposed to go, back to where they live, back to their own universes. So I mean, so the whole stories are all about that. Finnegan goes from world to world. He's trying to escape. He's trying to save, find Jadewind, reunite with them, all these sorts of things. So it's a good adventure. Again, Farmer's imagination is just one level above everybody else's. With some of these worlds are just crazy with how they work. I particularly like the sequence on the moon. I can't remember. I think it's Behind the Walls of Terra. It's in, but the sequence of this moon and the world that the purple world. I forget what it's called. But if you get to like the fourth book, you'll get to that. So that's the story. They go through numerous different worlds, have all sorts of adventures. Farmer picks pieces from different mythologies and times in our Earth history, because basically any world, a lot of the lords halt the technology development of the humans that live in their world at some point, whatever point that they wanted to do. They also have the ability to to build their own creatures and make them self-sustaining in a world. So you can see in the in the picture I have up right now, you've got the in Private Cosmos right here. You've got our hero facing a centaur, which has been created, and in this, you don't see it in the Lavalite world. That's my favorite one. The Lavalite world is where they have quite a interesting. The Lavalite world is very interesting the way it works. You don't see it in this picture, but that is again the hero and his companion. The hawk there is one of the I don't know what you call them, the minions of this person who is a harpy, which is half female, half female head with a a bird-like body, and it's rumored that this this harpy is is one of the enemies of Jadewen, and he put her mind in this body and left her there for whatever 1,000 years or something like that. So the lords can be very cruel and nasty. Anyway, it's a great storyline, a great series, full of lots of this adventure. Everything that makes a good this good type of science fiction novel, action, constant running from enemies or finding out, getting through close scrapes. I mean, it even ends. The series ends on a farmer could have wrote more, and it's a shame that that there will be no more novels. But it's a great story anyway. Highly recommend it. Farmer is kind of not one of the as well known a writer as Asimov and Heinlein, but he is it's a shame because he should be right up there. He should be up there with the big three. He is, in my view, that good, and his imagination is, like I said, out of this world. I think he is more imaginative than any other science fiction writer of the golden age that I know of. I'd be interested to know who is more imaginative than him. So, if you found this video interesting, comment below. Tell me who is more imaginative than Farmer, if you know. I'd love to read their stuff. Tell me what you think of the video. Tell me what you thought of the novels and what you recommend. Any other stuff of Farmer's work that you would recommend, as well as The World of Tears. Thank you, and we'll see you next time.